So here to solve this Outside Sudoku by Ashish Kumar with a logical theme. It's got symmetry through the center of the grid, and one way, like in this Outside Sudoku style, we always just start is just look on the outside and sort of take a corner box and work with it. We know the 7 for sure, the 8's then left over. We know the 6 for sure. That puts the 5 to the left and right. 3 is in one of these spaces, but always remember to look to the other side of this puzzle. 3 is going to have to be at the top here. 2 is going to be across these boxes. So everything I can note I have now noted. Coming down then the side, this 5, 8, actually in doing this I missed this, 8 is forcing in this 8. And the reason I'm seeing that is I was getting tempted to put some 8 notes for this clue. This 8 has to be in the rightmost column. Thinking down this 5, 7 has to be on the left here, and 2 can be in any of these spaces. 1 and 4 can still be in any of these spaces. This 8's exactly here from the clue that's given. 7 on the left, 4 potentially further right. 9 and 6, no interaction from the right side. This 3 is an either or, not in the second column. This 4 has to dodge this 4 from the bottom. This 2 has to dodge the 2 from the right. This 4 also dodges the 4 from the left and the 8 from the left. 7 is exactly known. 2 is dodging the 2 from the top. 1 is dodging the 1 from the top, and 5 is dodging from the top as well. This is getting interesting where we've got all the values but 3, 6, 9 placed. Is that right? Yes, that's right. And I wouldn't normally mark this, but I actually have some good intelligence on the 3's, so the 3's can go in these spaces. And so these 2 cells are the only spots left in this whole area that can be 6, 9. So they are 6, 9. In doing that, I now have a single. And do I know more than that? I think everything else is still somewhat flexible, but this is going to help us a lot as we move to the top. So 6 to the left, right. 3 actually also left, right, because of what's limited around it. This 2 in here, 8 to the right, 9 to the left and right. This 3 is exactly here, the 6 is there, and that itself, these two numbers more confirm the thing we found with that 6, 9, but good progress. This looks like it's going to be something more like a 4, 5, 7, and the 7's on the left. So this is a 4, 5 cell right now. I can't do more of it, but I think we're getting pretty close to next break-in that may come from this. So this 2 from above is now saying a 4 is left or right. 4 has to be right. So in this space, it's here. 2 now coming to the left. So 4 is in this column and has to be in one of these 2 cells. 5 forced to be the top here. 1 coming down this column, can't really note or wouldn't really note, but look at this, 8 coming from across and 8 coming from below. This is exactly an 8, eliminates the 8 here, puts in an 8, puts in a 9. And it means this must be a 9. This is a 6, this is a 6, this is a 3, this is a 3. Moves over the 1, moves over the 5. This is now 8 and 4 for sure, and the 8 can't be in the top, so 8 down below, 4 there. Puts this in 1 and 7. 1 forced in the cell. This is 4, 5, 7, so we can note that. That's the cycle of opportunity. And everything is then noted on the right side of the grid. So let's come back now through the top. We're still just making our first counterclockwise pass around this grid with things we can note from things we have from elsewhere. To the left, 2 to the right, force a 2 down the space. This is 1, 5, 4. Notice 5 is already in this row in the space, so 5 must be below here. So this is 1, 4. Not sure I can do anything with that directly yet, but it's close. 6 has to be in the top in one of these cells. The 4 is working from around, leave a 4 in one of these cells. So close but not yet sure placements. So it may be good to do the box we haven't looked at. And you might say, how do you even look at this box at the start? Well, here's an example. We've got like 2 2's and 2 2's outside. So actually all those point and say the 2 is right here at the start. That's not going to work routinely or probably for anything more in this puzzle, but we can see like an 8 is in the center space. Actually a 1 is in the center space. That's useful because we've got these 2 1's in this one. 5 is in these cells. That's still escaping the normal reach of my notes for this stage of the puzzle. We'd love to know more about 3's and 6's, and actually this this may be a good sort of thing to think about, is these cells being limited to 3 and 6. What will that mean? Well, we actually have to have 1 and 4 in this row, so only one of these two can be a 3, 6. So there is a 3, 6 here, moving the 5 over, and then there's a 3, 6 in one of these cells with 1, 4, but that completely notates this space. So this is 2, 7, 9 is one thing that means, and the place the 9 go in this column is here. That means 7 to the left, 2 to the right, the 7 over here. That 2 from below is going to force a 2 in here, which puts a 2 in one of these two cells. Got to be the top one, moving the bottom on this side. This 4 is now left, right, and not in the cell. So this is 1, this is 4 coming up. So we can remove these. That 1 means there's a 1 up top here, and there's a 9 in these cells. We now actually have a 9 pointing pair. It's going to come over to the left. So this is a 9. That moves the 4 over to the left, which is helpful. Puts the 4 in here, 4 in here, 1 in here. That 1 moves the 1 here and gives us the 3, 6 pointing pair that direction, which gives me this 3, 6 and this 5, puts in this 5, puts in this 9. That 9 gives 9, 1, 1, 7, 7 with the final 6 in this column. We have a 3 and 8 to go here, and we don't have notes about those below yet, but that's still okay. These 9s all point to needing a 9 in this cell. And what more can we do? We have a 6. We can just sort of solve the bottom because we've made enough progress around. Get a 7 in here, puts a 7 in one of these two cells. The bottom row needs an 8 in this position, which does give this 8, 3, which gives this 8. This needs a 3 and 5 to finish, and those still are forming a cycle at this time. This base needs a 3 or 5 to finish. Here it is. This needs to be a 3 at this point. That puts in this 5, 1, 3, puts in this one. We now have 5 and 6 to go here, and the 6 forces 6 and 3. That then leaves 7 and 4 with 4 over 7, 4 in the middle, 5 coming down, 7 up top, and we're through this puzzle. So some steps that I made look easy. I'm not sure they actually necessarily were easy, but some intuition in the bottom here. You've got a 6, 9 pair because of how those values work, especially how these 3s interact and eliminate. So after we'd marked all of the 4, 8, 1, 5, and 2 things, we effectively had 2 fairly blank cells and 3, 6, 9 to go, and those didn't fill in. And then later, another thing to spot, which is, I guess, available near the start, is this 3, 6, 3, 6 group, which is going to highlight this space in some way. And it also then works with this 5, 8, 1, 4. I guess one thing you can do is the exclusion. You can know at the very start this has to be 2, 7, 9. I guess I didn't sort of do this way, but recognizing where the 3, 6 go, there's an implied 9 in this position, which from the 9s up above could actually mean that you can get the 7, 9, 2 pretty quickly. And I don't think it's saying that solvers are routinely fine, but it's another key thing in this puzzle. So that progress on the left and these on the right are the key steps. So hopefully you got a sense of how to view those if you were stuck. Otherwise, hope you enjoyed this Outside Sudoku. We've got many more in a Masterpiece Sudoku mix that features a style, so please look for more Outside Sudoku there. Thanks, we'll see you again soon.